Mikey Garcia versus Jessie Vargas reportedly in talks for a potential 2020 Dazn fight card main event. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. We working. Shout out to CashApp also, and ESPN Plus. If you would like to become a member of ESPN Plus, sign up below using my link. Tons of originals, 30 for 30s, fights. They got some UFC. Sometimes you have to get the UFC pay-per-view, but it all helps the channel. Appreciate you. Now, it's being reported, Mike Coppinger of The Athletic sources, a welterweight fight between Mikey Garcia and Jessie Vargas that would be streamed by Dazn has been discussed for the first quarter of 2019. Eddie Hearn has been pursuing Mikey Garcia for a while now, and if he can sign him to a multi-fight deal, Vargas could be the first bout. They said maybe in LA or something like that. Weird fight, and I'm gonna give my thoughts. A lot of people want to know, a couple people reached out and hit me up on social media asking what my thoughts are. I don't really have too many thoughts. I respect Mikey Garcia, respect Jessie Vargas. I've covered both of their fights in the past, and you got to look at it. Jessie Vargas just fought Humberto Soto, who's like 40 years old, and knocked him out in Mexico. I think they fought in Mexico, and on a little known card earlier this year. It's a lot of people didn't even probably see the fight, and he was fighting at 150. Then he tried to get a fight with Jaime Munguia, but I guess Jaime Munguia's team wanted to catch weight, which is weird, and now they're moving up to middleweight. So Jessie Vargas has been on the shelf since the Humberto Soto performance. And let's see when that was. Humberto Soto victory was April 26th of this year. So he got a KO. But before that, he had a super tough fight with Thomas Delorme at 147. Ended in a majority draw. And his fight before that with Adrian Broner ended in a majority draw. Right? So you look at Jessie Vargas's last 3 fights. 2 draws in the last 3 fights, and his only victory is a 40-year-old Humberto Soto at 150 plus. And Humberto Soto used to fight when he fought Lucas Matisse, the machine, that was at 140. So it was clearly, in my view, a faded Humberto Soto. Jessie Vargas still got it done. So that's where his career is at. Now, Mikey Garcia just fought Errol Spence, another fight I covered, and he lost every round, and this was the month before Jessie Vargas fought. So March 16th of this year, he lost. His own brother admitted that he was about to throw in the towel, and we haven't seen Mikey Garcia since. Mikey's 31. Jessie Vargas is probably about that same age, somewhere. Let me check. 30. Yeah, see, I'm pretty close. And we haven't seen Mikey Garcia back. I mean, he did an exhibition with Eric Morales or something for a charity, but that's about it. So it's a weird fight for that. But I feel like both of them, this is the bottom line is this. Let me just cut to the chase. Dazn, Eddie Hearns, I feel they're trying to capture the Hispanic, Mexican American, Latino audience on Dazn. This is a bad sign that they don't have the traction that they expected by now. So they're trying to do anything. Now, we all know the Latino Hispanic fan base for boxing is huge. There's a ton of fans. I mean, just look how many people got on board with Andy Ruiz after his victory over Joshua. So it's a large fan base, but to me, it seems like Dazn is clout chasing that fan base, and Eddie Hearn maybe doesn't know America like he thinks. So he thinks just by putting 2 Mexican American fighters, irregardless of where they're at in their career, that's going to be major drivers to subscribers. But I don't know if it works like that. Same thing with Danny Jacobs versus Julio Cesar Chavez. He's potentially burning bridges in his promoter's license in Nevada, trying to save the Chavez Jr. Jacobs fight. Again, this shows me, from my view, that Dazn is nowhere near where they want to be, and they're desperate, looking for almost like a Hail Mary. They think Mikey Garcia, he has fans, but everyone knows Jessie Vargas too. I just don't see this as being a colossal fight and major driver based on where they're at. You had Jessie Vargas, who was trying to fight Jaime Munguia at 154. So I thought he was moving up to the 54. His last fight was at 150 and change or whatever versus Humberto Soto. And then you have Mikey Garcia, who has literally had one fight at 147 where this fight would take place. And it was a career worst performance and his only career loss. And neither guy did anything for the remainder of the year, had no scheduled fights, pro fight, not exhibition with Eric Morales, since then. So you have Mikey Garcia coming off of a loss, ain't fought since March, lost every round with Errol Spence. Jessie Vargas coming off a knockout, but in his last 3 fights, he has 2 draws, Broner and Delorme, and then he knocked out a 40-year-old Humberto Soto. So I don't see this as being like this powerhouse fight. Mikey Garcia, I don't even know if he should be at 147, but if Dazn is slinging cash around, maybe he does it. I thought he was in the line for Pacquiao. Maybe they're going Pacquiao, Danny Garcia. I'm not really sure. This is not like 100%. And Mikey Garcia, his name was linked to Danny Garcia, and that didn't manifest. So I don't know what Mikey will decide, but him being on Dazn, to me, it's kind of like a money grab, because they might try to capture the Hispanic vote or the Latino fan base. They might just offer him a lot of money, hoping that is the ticket. But I just don't see this as being a major fight. I think he has far more options elsewhere, and beyond fighting on different networks and stuff, I think he has more options, better options at 140 or 135. I don't know if he can make 35, but he said possibly for the right, fight, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. See, Mikey kind of messed it up by even going to 47. No one told him to go to 47 to fight Errol Spence, and he absolutely shouldn't have. And I told you guys this. You guys said I was hating and this and that and the third. And now he has a big red L on his record on BoxRec, and he lost every round. And truthfully, the timing is bad because he's coming off a loss. We don't even know how Mikey's going to look moving, in weight in his second fight, because he didn't look terrific in his first fight. So to be honest, this is just a weird fight to me. I don't see this being a major, crazy fight or anything. So that's really my thoughts. I guess if he decides to go over there, see, he fought Eric Morales. So look, he looked way bigger than 147 because this is an exhibition, and Morales looked big too. But the thing is, when you're fluctuating your weight and you moved up and you went to snack and bulked up, and remember Errol Spence was saying he looked like Kangaroo Jack and all this. You did all this with your weight. Now you have to cut to 147. It's going to be hard to get back to lightweight, but the better names are at lightweight. And for Eddie Hearn's sake and Dazn, I think there's better fights for Mikey. Regis Prograis is coming off of a loss, but he hurt Josh Kelly and busted up his eye. So it was still, it was like Nonito Donaire losing to Inoue. It was in the finals, World Boxing Super Series. So people aren't going to really hold it against you because we know you fought the other best in your division. Mikey Garcia versus Regis Prograis at 140. Now that's a fight. If you're really trying to make a statement and pay Mikey a lot of money, to me, that's a much bigger fight. It makes more sense to do it. And the timing would even be great. Regis is coming off a loss. He's still a good fighter. Mikey's coming off a loss. If he's the same, he'd still be a good fighter, and that's more of his weight. But I'm not really sold at Mikey at 147. I think Danny Garcia, our Errol already got past him. Sean Porter, these are all super difficult fights. He's going to be at a weight disadvantage with his style. So, I don't really think too much about the Jessie Vargas, Mikey Garcia fight. If it happens, it happens. I'll watch it because I've always supported both guys' career. But I think Eddie Hearn is thinking this is like some kind of major jackpot. But based on the timing and the circumstance, you had Jessie Vargas going up in weight and Mikey Garcia just moved up. Probably can't go all the way back down to lightweight. It's just kind of weird timing. I don't know. But you guys let me know if you think they have fan bases big enough to, overshadow the timing of it and make it a colossal fight. And it's so funny with old media, when Mikey Garcia was rumored to fight Danny Garcia, they said, oh, PBC, what are they doing? Mikey just lost to Errol Spence. Nobody wants to see this. But once again, the liars that they are, you honestly want to tell me that Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia is a lesser fight than Jessie Vargas, who has 2 draws and 1 victory against a 40-year-old in his last 3 fights? You know what I'm saying? Like that, in your heart of all hearts, you believe Mikey versus Danny, Garcia versus Garcia is a smaller fight than paying $20 for an app to potentially watch Mikey versus Jessie Vargas. You know? And the thing I will say about Jessie Vargas is he's game. He comes to fight. Potentially could be a bad fight for Mikey just based on Jessie Vargas. He's a veteran. He's fought bigger guys. He fought Pacquiao. Pacquiao didn't stop him. So he's tall. And like I said, I don't know what Mikey's capable of at 147 because I didn't get to see too much from the Errol Spence fight. He simply could not get off like he needed to, or like he probably wanted to, and like he had in the past. So, you know, with long layoffs and all things that I've said in this video considered, you know, I just don't think it's a big fight. But it's funny to see old media who were negative towards Mikey Garcia possibly fighting Danny Garcia at welterweight, but then now, because it's Eddie Hearns and Dazn, and you know how old media operates, they're gonna act like Mikey Garcia versus Jessie Vargas is like reshaping boxing. So I think the timing is bad for that particular fight. Danny Garcia was coming off of an impressive victory over Adrian Granados. So you let me know what's more popular, Danny Garcia versus Mikey Garcia, or Mikey potentially fighting Jessie Vargas on Dazn. Drop your thoughts in the comments section. If you love what I'm doing, smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.